The first topic that we want to start with is introduction to data engineering. In this topic, we want to understand what is data engineering, what we do as a data engineer, and get an overview of the data engineering projects. What actually is being done as part of the data engineering. Going to be theoretical, but to bring everyone on the same page, I plan to talk about it. So let's try to understand what is data engineering. So in the industry, people who work with data are categorized mainly into three categories. These are based on their roles, responsibilities, and the kind of application they develop, right? And these three categories are known as data owners or data producers. They sit on the leftmost side of the data flow. The second category is data engineers. That is where we belong, and we will learn in depth what are the roles and responsibilities and what we do as a data engineer. And the last is data consumers. So these are the guys who consume the data and take the advantage of the data in business decisions. So basically, these guys who are business data owners are responsible for developing and managing operational systems. They run the business. For understanding what do we mean by operational systems, you can think of different kind of applications, such as your banking application, where customers or the bank customers are allowed to create account, open account, do transactions, and a lot of those day-to-day activities. E-commerce apps or websites where they can go search for the products, purchase it, all those kind of day-to-day business activities. Maybe OTT applications or IoT applications. The idea is they build systems. They are mostly known as software engineers, and they build systems to run the business, generate the revenue, and operate the business on the day-to-day basis. In that process, they capture a lot of data. For example, if you are using a banking application, you are opening a bank account, you are taking a credit card, or you are like taking loan from the bank, you are giving some data about yourself. And whatever transactions you are doing with the bank, all that those transactions are also captured by the bank. If you talk about e-commerce websites or apps, you are logging to the site, you are searching some products on their e-commerce platform. They capture data about it, what you are doing there, what you are searching, what you are adding into the cart, what you are purchasing, and what you are not purchasing. So all those transactions are captured. So basically, idea is that these operational systems capture a lot of data from the customers or from the day-to-day operations of the business, and that's why they are also known as data producers. And that data is stored in some kind of storage systems. It could be your could be a database, could be file system, or maybe somewhere in the cloud. So they capture, produce data, and run the business on day-to-day basis. Then we come to the rightmost people. These guys are responsible to optimize and grow the business. The core responsibility of these guys are to optimize the day-to-day operations of the business and grow the business, make sure the business is growing. And for doing these two things, they go by a data-driven decisions. So these are the mainly data analysts, data scientists, or business people who understand business, who understand the data, and then based on that data, they generate different kind of applications to monitor, to report, to optimize the business, right? So these are also known as data consumers because they consume the data produced by the business owners. Okay, so and if you have heard about data scientists, data analysts, all those guys fall into this category, data consumers category. So, but there is a small problem in this. For these guys to do their job properly, they need data for doing their reporting, for doing their business optimization, or those kind of activities. So they need data, but data is produced and captured here, logged in the systems that these guys operate. How do we bring data from here to here in the from the leftmost systems to the rightmost systems in the format they desire, with the quality of the data they desire, right? So how do we bring that? These two are two different systems, and that's where data engineers come in. They are the people, or we are the people, who connect business data captured by the data producers with the data consumers for them to do reporting, to them to build machine learning or AI or data science to do their job, right? So data engineers' responsibility is to connect these two teams with the data. So that's where we belong, right? That's what we do at the high level, right? So if you have to talk about what are the different functions of the data engineering, there are three things: data ingestion or data integration. Then second function is data transformation or data quality check or data preparation. And then third thing is facilitating the data consumption for the data consumers, right? So these are three functions for the data engineering. And the first one is to collect data from these source systems, right? And the second, once data is collected, we bring into our data engineering platform keep it there. And then second thing is we transform or prepare the data as per the requirement of the data consumers. They might come up with some requirement like I need some 3 or 4 types of data sets for doing my job, and I need with some so and so quality of the data, and I need it in this format. So they will come up with the requirement. So for data engineering, your requirement comes from there, from these data consumers, and we start working backward from that requirement. So we take requirement from data consumers and then start identifying, okay, what data sets they want, where to bring it, where it actually lies, how to bring it into data engineering platform, and then how to make sure that data quality is as per the expectation of the data consumers. How do we filter out the bad data, keep only high quality data, or how do we improve the quality of the data and make it acceptable for these guys. And then next step is to prepare it in the format these guys want. They might want your data to be available in a particular data model, or they might ask that give me data files in this format, or they will come up with the formats, right? So all that activity is done by the data engineers as part of the transformation activity. So collect data from sources, transform. When I say transform, there are 3 main things: check the quality, standardize the data formats, and prepare a data model and fill it into the data model for these guys to consume. And then the last activity is to facilitate the consumption for these guys, right? So data, what we consume from here will sit into the data engineering platform, but these guys need to access it. So how they access it, how they consume it, and how they actually want, what kind of application they are building, and what kind of interface they want to access the data, that also we need to work on and facilitate that. So that's the high level view of what we do as a data engineer, what kind of project we develop. Mostly we develop projects in these 3 functional areas, right? Data ingestion and integration, data transformation, and then finally facilitating the consumption. We don't consume, but we facilitate the consumption method. So these are the 3 main functions of the data engineering.